television. What a beautiful thing it is. Television in America is becoming unbearable. The innocence once portrayed by television remains locked away in the annals of a forgotten time. A time where life lessons were taught, dreams were imagined and pursued, and a sense of value was idolized within the confines of the American television set. A child could turn on the television set without the parent's fear of the child seeing inappropriate material, harsh or explicit language, and sexual innuendo that would make the raciest of characters blush. During the 1950s, television began its reign as one of the most popular forms of American entertainment. Families could afford a television set because, according to Ajanta Bhattacharya, author of the article Television in the 1950s, he says this: the post-war economy was booming, and approximately 3.1 million people had enjoyed watching television in the 1950s. Television provided a fairly reasonably form of entertainment that could be enjoyed by every member of the family, no matter what age. People traded in family vacations to purchase a television set and use this form of entertainment on a daily basis. The tradition of how a family used to watch television has also changed throughout the years. Families used to watch television, and at the end of the television program, they would actually sit down with their families and have a discussion about what they just watched. Television just simply was intended to provide another outlet for families to bond together and strengthen their relationships. Another example of how television has changed is, from a moral standpoint, is its message to young people. For example, in the television show I Love Lucy, Fred and Ethel used to always sleep in separate beds. The reason for this is because the writers and the actors did not want to portray the image that sex before marriage was okay. No matter what the interpretation was, the portrayal left nothing to the imagination. Modern television programming, however, does not leave such an interpretation. Immorality is clearly demonstrated and acted out, leaving nothing to the imagination. An example of that would be what took place at the halftime show of Super Bowl 38. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson were performing together when, as Bernice Bishop explains, he reached across the singing partner and, whoops, accidentally removed a key element of her leather gear, exposing for a second or two her naked right breast, complete with a nipple decorated by a rather dashing little gold crown in the shape of a sun. This demonstration clearly was an epiphany for the American television viewer. Nothing was sacred, not even the Super Bowl halftime show. The television rating system has opened the door for the onslaught of inappropriate material that's poured out into the television. Designed to educate parents of the content of what's going to be viewed by their kids, the television rating system provides a generalized idea of the program in order for the parents to make an informed decision on what their kids can watch. The rating system, however, takes for granted that the parents are going to be present while the television program is airing. The reality simply is, though, is that a great number of parents simply just do not take the time to filter and sift through the programming that's going to be viewed by their kids. The average household also owns at least 3 television sets, so in many cases, a lot of households, the kids are watching TV in a separate room. And to be honest with you, parents are just using the television as a form of a babysitter. Parents also work shifts that keep them out all night and let the children have free reign of the television set throughout the whole night. Another downfall of the television rating system is that it does not reflect aggressive content. Jennifer Linder, Associate Professor of Psychology at Linfield, explains, the ratings do not provide information about other types of aggression, such as indirect or verbal aggression. This is a problem because we know that these forms of aggression also affect children. Basically, clear-cut violence and aggression is rated, but indirect and verbal aggression is not rated. Cable television has greatly influenced the change and evolution of what is viewed on TV. Cable television provides a plethora of diverse television programs that can be viewed. With the availability to access hundreds of different stations throughout the world, cable provides a giant window of opportunity for children to access inappropriate material. Cable and network television thrive off the ratings. The higher the ratings are, the higher the revenues are. The intended audience for these programs are anyone and everyone that will feed the ratings frenzy, no matter what age. The type of television programming has also changed dramatically. From the 1950s until the 1990s, sitcoms, dramas, action films, and game shows dominated the airwaves. From the 1990s until today, however, reality television has begun to take over. People want to see real-life drama, or as much as possible. The shame of it all is that this self-proclaimed reality portrayed on television is not reality. Generally, what is caught on camera are the weak moments. In other words, when people are at their lowest, viewing is at its best. All of this is done in the name of reality, but this is not reality. This is only a facade. And what is sad about this facade is that children see this and they think that it's normal behavior because it's portrayed and glorified on television. Jamie Heisman explains, she's the author of the article, The Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, Reality TV. She explains that if the almighty dollar would put their feet and wallets down, shaming people in such emotionally abusive ways for the sake of entertainment would not be accepted. The ethics of the companies providing and producing television and buying airtime might actually make a difference in our culture's mean-spirited lust for all things shameful. America has just crossed the point of no return when it comes to television viewing. Extreme discretion and monitoring has to be enforced if one is to allow his or her children to watch television on a regular basis. Unfortunately, access to unsolicited programming forces parents to patrol the airways at all times. Modern television just is a shameful, unfruitful alternative to entertainment. Sadly, watching television as it was done in the 1950s is a passing fad and has gone away. Thank you.